you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
Master Simon Ekpa, you were busy lying to the media, even when the journalist you are talking about has the fact already. Every fact about Master Simon Ekpa and how he's connected to IPOB, they are online, not hidden. There was nothing secret about it. Programs that Master Nnamdi Kanu attended with Master Simon Ekpa, they are still online. People who Master Nnamdi Kanu introduced Master Simon Ekpa to, they are still online. Master Simon Ekpa registered and took an oath through the direction of Master Nnamdi Kanu, very confirmed and known, undoubtedly. And yet, you open your gutter mouth to castigate the man who is fighting for your freedom, who is making sure that the supreme leader of IPOB comes out. You threw away that opportunity. But did you see when Master Simon Ekpa was interviewed? Master Simon Ekpa was interviewed in his own comfort, in his comfort home, where he has the opportunity to say anything he wants to say against anybody or attack anybody he wants to attack. Where he had the opportunity to shred any one of you, those sacked members, to shred you to pieces. But he never talked about you. He never mentioned you in his interview. Go and look at the interview. It's like he never existed. He was busy bringing the case of Biafra before the whole world. He was busy talking about how Biafrans were dehumanized and killed. You that claim to be with Master Nnamdi Kanu for donkey years, you couldn't even be able to remind people how 150 Biafrans were murdered simply because they were training, exercising. You couldn't remind that very journalists how people were massacred where they were praying, Biafrans. You couldn't remind that journalist how as Master Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in jail without releasing him. You couldn't remind them the number of Biafrans who are in jail, the number of Biafrans who are missing, the number of Biafrans who are being dehumanized today, whose home have been burnt, the number of Biafrans whom their businesses have been destroyed. You could not be able to do that. Master Simon Ekpa did all that with the little time he had. In all his broadcasts and in all his interview, it has always been about Biafra, making a case for Biafra. It's not even about him. It's not about him. Whatever he's suffering today as blackmail and propaganda and attack is because of Biafra. Because he wants us to be free. Just as Master Nnamdi Kanu fought. Master Nnamdi Kanu fought gallantly for more than a decade until those Department of Saboteurs sold him out. They sold him out and he was kidnapped. And he continued to fight, even in there. He continued to fight. From there, he gave us Master Simon Ekpa to continue to pilot the affairs of the autopiloted IPOB, of Master Nnamdi Kanu until he comes out. Master Nnamdi Kanu gave him that charge. You ignored it. You sealed it. Master Nnamdi Kanu sent a memo. In that memo, he told you, do not respond to Master Simon Ekpa, whatever he does. Don't respond to him. Don't attack him. Do not do anything to him. Do not counter whatever he has said. You ignored that very order. And yet, here you are. You were one of those who were preaching command and control, command and control. But now, today, the stage is set. Every one of you that is a saboteur, ranging from those of sacked members, those sacked Department of Saboteurs, and the politicians themselves, every one of you standing against Biafra, the time has come. Get ready for what is coming. You have chosen your path. You have definitely chosen. You had 150 days to make your choice. You had 150 days to make your choice. All this while you have been shouting and preaching. But today, here are we on that D-Day. It is very clear that every one of you in the Department of Saboteurs, every one of you as a politician, every one of you in Ohanes and Dibo, every one of you, including those who claim to be Biafrans, every one of you who is standing against the actualization of Biafra, you have chosen your part, and we are going to treat you as an enemy. We are going to treat you as an enemy, because anything that stands in our way to freedom will be crushed. It will be crushed. You will not be spared. As long as you are standing against that which is right, you will not be spared. We have come a long way to this very stage we are now. We've come a long way, crying, complaining, in tears, in sorrow, in loss of life, in pain. When you heard Nnamdi Kanu say that we have crossed the Rubicon, it wasn't a joke. When you heard Nnamdi Kanu say we have reached the land of no return, he wasn't joking. When Nnamdi Kanu told you it is either Biafra or that, he wasn't joking. In the era of our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, he has made it clear that instead of Biafra not to come, he will turn to a monster. Take it to the bank. We have leaders whom you cannot play with their words. Master Nnamdi Kanu, very consistent. He never relented in whatever he has said. He put his life in the line. He said, even if it is his life that will bring Biafra, so be it. Let the life go. That is how to fight for freedom. He has laid his life down for Biafra. He said, even if he goes, Biafra will come faster. Master Simon Ekpa, in the same line, he has said that instead Biafra not to come, that he will turn to a monster. And you should know what that means. The man that is speaking to you is not just an ordinary person. A well-trained soldier, a sniper, with all the patience you can think of in the world. But once he moves, once he fires a shot, he will not miss a target. Those of you who have not been following the auto-piloted IPOB for a while, you will not know what we are talking about. If you are a member of IPOB or you have been following the auto-piloted IPOB closely, you will know that our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, doesn't fire a shot and miss. That is why anything he descends on would never remain the same. Be you structure, be you a person, be you man or woman, be you any being. When our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, descends on you, you will never ever remain the same. And I tell you, don't put yourself in harm's way. For a very long time, Biafrans have been saying it's not time to talk. We are talking too much. We are talking too much. That very thing you want to see, you are going to see. In question of hours, we are counting hours. In some hours, you will see things unfolding. In hours, you are going to see things unfolding. And I bet you, no human being can stop the coming of Biafra. Not because we said it, but because it is a mandate of Chukwu Kabiam. And he that said it has already planted people who are going to make it a reality. The people that are going to make Biafra a reality, they are very much around. They're just waiting for time. And when the time is right, every word that we have spoken, all you have to do is that you say, they have said it. You only remember and say, yes, Master Nnamdi Kanu said this. Oh, yes, Master Simon Ekpa said this. Oh, the auto-piloted IPOB, they said this. The media warriors, they really said this. Prepare yourself for what is coming. And I ask you, how prepared are you? That hour has come. That hour we have talked about. The D-Day is here. How prepared are you? How prepared are you? Whatever we are doing, I say it every time to clear the world. Don't think we are doing what we are doing out of wickedness. It is not out of wickedness. It is not out of hatred to anybody. We are not instigating violence to anybody. Every single thing we are doing is because our life is in danger. It is because where we find ourselves, we have been made an endangered species. Every single action we are taking today is out of self-defense. We can't help it. It's out of self-defense. And we have evidence where even the chief of army staff, even the, what they call him, is it the defense minister, even the defense minister came out and tell the people to defend themselves. Do not wait for the military or anyone to defend you, that you must defend yourself. We have seen governors in that contraption tell their people to pick up arms and defend themselves. We have seen governors on their national television preach their self-defense. They preach self-defense, which is the right of everybody on the planet Earth. You have the right to defend yourself. That right, that very right of self-defense, that is what the Biafran people have activated in full force. It is a right that you cannot deny any man. Self-defense. The Biafran people collectively have activated it to defend their territory, defend their land against the oppressor, against the invaders, against the attackers, against the terrorists. These terrorists we are talking about, some of them are on uniform. So many of them, in fact, most of them are on uniform because they cannot penetrate the southeastern part of Nigeria without their uniform. Biafraland cannot be penetrated without the uniform of the soldiers. So most of them have been recruited into the military. All thanks to the late Muhammad Buhari. We saw their recruitment in the television. It was advertised the whole world. The whole world saw it. Where a terrorist member were recruited into the military and the police. And they were given uniform. Today, all these people that were recruited have been pushed into Biafraland to take innocent life. And you look at what's happening in Biafraland, you will see their fingerprint. If not a terrorist, how can you justify somebody going to the home of a civilian in uniform? A civilian that is not armed, a civilian that has not conducted any provocation. You go to the house, you burn the house down. You go to the home of a civilian, you burn it down. You destroy life and destroy properties. No matter the crime you feel the person have committed, is there no law that says that people must have to answer their voice, hear them out before you prosecute them? Even somebody who have committed murder, you must have to pass through the process of law to find the person guilty before ever you can exercise judgment on that very person. And in that same contraction, we know that an accused person remains innocent until proven guilty by the court. All this grammar, they speak this grammar in the Zoological Republic. They speak this grammar in their television everywhere. But at the same time, go to the southeastern part of Nigeria and see what is happening. The way lives and property have been destroyed simply because of an accusation. Simply because of an accusation. In that same contraption, an accused person, they said, remains innocent until proven guilty by the court. So from that very word, you know that every destruction you see in Biafraland is against the innocents. Because none of them have been proven guilty. And this destruction of lives and property is going on daily basis. Even as you're watching me, still going on. Nobody is talking about it. The international media that are busy calling on Mazi Simon Ekpa, they never report about it. The honest Ndibo that is putting bounty on Mazi Simon Ekpa, they never speak about it. They don't talk about it. The criminal Ohanes and Ndibo that are selfish, self-centered, who are busy planning on how to execute their own criminality and steal as much as they can from their people and destroy their people more. That criminal organization who call themselves representative of their evil self, called Ohanes and Ndohi, they have never come together to go to British embassy to protest. Protest against the inhuman treatment of Nnamdi Kanu their citizen. They never did that. They know that Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. They know that Nnamdi Kanu have been granted freedom in the court of the zoo. 3 judges unanimously say, let him go. And the Zoological Republic and their caliphate have refused to let Nnamdi Kanu go. Ohanes and Igbo did not deem fit to organize themselves and go and protest on behalf of their son. Supposedly their son. They didn't. But today, they had the gut to come out, walk to Finnish embassy, and begin to demand for the arrest of Master Samuel Ekpa, who is demanding for the release of Master Nnamdi Kanu. That is how evil they are. But I tell you, from tomorrow, it will be a different ball game. As I said before, they have chosen their path. They had 150 days to make a choice, and they chose their path. Finally, here are we, and they will be treated as an enemy. They will be treated the same way we will treat the caliphate, the same way we treat the terrorists. That is what we treat them. That is what they are. Because they have been there terrorizing their own citizens. All the governors in the southeast are all terrorists. Look at Dave Umahi. Dave Umahi is busy in Ebonyi State, terrorizing Ebonyi State. Ebubago was disbanded. He went and formed another militia group. What is their duty? Their duty is to go after the youths in Ebonyi State, not after the terrorists, against the youth in the state. He used Ebubago to destroy lives. Recently, places were discovered where Ebubago were dumping the body of innocent people. In that same country, they tell you that an accused person remains innocent until proven guilty. Dave Umahi was using his own people to patronize the caliphate, to cement his own evil agenda. And even after Ebubago was disbanded, he formed another militia group. That idiot that was interviewing Master Simon Ekpa didn't see that man to interview him and ask him about the blood of the innocent in his hand. They didn't see that. Terrorizing Ebonyi State. Enugu State, the same thing. In Enugu State, that idiot in Enugu State is still doing the same thing. Sponsoring the enemy against his own people. Bringing the military to kill and maim his own people. He doesn't care. Are you talking about Imo State? Imo State have become a burial ground. Imo State have become a burial ground. On daily basis, even as you're watching me, lives have been destroyed. Nobody is asking questions. Nobody is calling him to order. No international media, no local media goes to call him to order and ask him, why are you doing what you're doing? None. But they will have the boldness to go and confront the good guy who is asking for the safety of his own people. They will have the boldness to go and confront the good man who is working to make sure that the life of their people is being protected. Just like Mazen Nnamdi, I know we are telling them before. If you take away Mazen Nnamdi from the picture, you will unleash hell on yourself that you can never be able to control. Why we are saying that? They thought it was a joke. That if you take away Mazen Nnamdi from the picture, I was even saying on my program that Mazen Nnamdi is one of the most peaceful men you can think about in this struggle. One of the most peaceful men, you can see on this struggle is Mazen Nnamdi. If you take him out, you unleash hell to yourself. Here are we today. Here are we today. And today you are calling for head of Master Simon Ekpa. The good man, Master Simon Ekpa, who is protecting you, securing you, making sure that you have a life, you are calling for his head. If you take away Master Simon Ekpa today, you will never have a home anymore on the planet Earth. I bet you. Take away Master Simon Ekpa, you will never have a home on the planet Earth anymore. It is not a threat. This is the reality. When we are talking about the issue of Mazen Nnamdi, you thought it was a joke. Here are we today. Some of you today, you go online and you say, how had it been to Mazen Nnamdi? Mazen Nnamdi was civil. Mazen Nnamdi was quiet. Mazen Nnamdi was kind, very understanding. He can talk. But while he was on seat, you never recognized him. You called him a child. You called him a froster. You called him a troublemaker. You called him a warmonger. You called him a tribalist. Different kinds of names. But today, every of you idiots who were castigating Nnamdi Kanu today, you are the ones promoting him as the Messiah, how you wish he was around. That if Nnamdi Kanu was to be around, all this would not be happening. This, that would be not happening. This would not be happening. So you didn't know. When we were telling you, you never knew that Nnamdi Kanu was the Messiah. When we were telling you that Nnamdi Kanu was civil and calm, you never believed it. You thought it was a joke. Here are we today. You have unleashed mayhem to yourself. And I tell you, going forward, whatever you see is what you desire. Going forward, whatever you see is what you ask for.